Let's be honest, we were all played. For the last 12 months, the entire tech world was absolutely convinced that Apple was about to drop a bomb on the living room market. We had the leaks, we had the supply chain confirmations, and we had the timelines. December 2025 was supposed to be the month everything changed. We were ready for the new hardware, the new remote, and the new era of television. And then, silence. Absolute, deafening silence. Apple didn't just delay the product, they ghosted us. Right now, millions of people are confused, angry, and wondering if they should just give up and buy a Roku or a Fire Stick instead. But I am here to tell you to stop. Put your wallet away immediately, because what is happening behind the scenes at Apple isn't a failure. It is a trap. And if you buy the current Apple TV 4K today, you are walking right into it. The delay to 2026 isn't because Apple ran out of parts or had a simple manufacturing glitch. It is because they are preparing to kill the competition once and for all. What is coming isn't just a streaming box. It is a Trojan horse that is going to redefine gaming, artificial intelligence, and the entire smart home ecosystem. Today, we are going to expose the real reason for the delay, the monster specs hidden inside the new 2026 model, and why this device will make everything else you own look obsolete. To understand the future, we first have to look at the ghost of December. Why did Apple let the massive holiday season pass without a new launch? That is billions of dollars in potential sales left on the table. Tech giants like Apple don't do that unless they have something much, much bigger brewing in the lab. The rumor mill hasn't collapsed. It has shifted. The narrative has moved from a simple refresh to a total revolution. Apple realized that releasing a slightly faster box in 2025 would be a strategic disaster. This is because of the AI war. If Apple had released a box with the A16 chip last year, it would have been dead on arrival. It would have been a dumb device in a world rapidly moving towards smart, generative intelligence. The delay proves that Apple is realigning the Apple TV to be the centerpiece of Apple intelligence. This is the big philosophical shift. They're no longer building a movie player. They're building a neural brain for your house. And that requires hardware that we have never seen in a set-top box before. Let's talk about the engine. This is where the leak gets truly exciting. The current Apple TV runs on the A15. It is fine, and it does the job for basic 4K streaming, but the 2026 model is rumored to skip a generation entirely and jump straight to the A19 Pro. For those who don't follow chip architecture, let me explain why this is insane. The A19 Pro is expected to be a 2-nanometer marvel. This isn't just about launching Netflix 1 second faster. This is about raw, unadulterated power. The A19 Pro will feature a next-generation GPU with hardware-accelerated ray tracing. Ray tracing is the holy grail of graphics. It simulates how light behaves in the real world. The shadows, the reflections, and the water effects. It makes games look photorealistic. By putting this chip in the Apple TV, Apple is effectively launching a gaming console. We're not talking about Angry Birds on a big screen anymore. We're talking about Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed, and Death Stranding running natively on a box that fits in your hand. This is the moment Apple Arcade stops being a joke. With this level of power, developers finally have the headroom to port AAA titles directly to the living room. Apple doesn't need to compete with a PlayStation 6 directly. They just need to be good enough for the casual gamer who doesn't want to spend $500 on a dedicated console. And with the A19 Pro, they are way more than good enough. This chip will handle 8K video streams without even getting warm. Think about the level of detail that 8K provides. It is 4 times the resolution of 4K. Even if you don't have an 8K TV yet, the downsampling and AI upscaling will make your 4K TV look like it just got a hardware upgrade. Apple is betting big on high-fidelity content, and the A19 Pro is the only mobile-class chip capable of sustaining that kind of workload. But power is useless if you can't deliver the data. This is the part of the leak that most people are ignoring, but it is actually the most important upgrade for the long term. It is called the N1 chip. This is Apple's custom-designed solution for wireless connectivity. The 2026 Apple TV is rumored to be one of the first devices to fully utilize this. bringing support for Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6. Why should you care? Because the internet is getting crowded. If you live in an apartment or a busy neighborhood, your Wi-Fi is constantly fighting for space. Wi-Fi 7 is like building a private highway just for your data. It offers dramatically lower latency and higher stability. This means when you're streaming a massive 8K movie file, there is zero buffering. When you're cloud gaming, there is zero lag. And Bluetooth 6? That is for the gamers. Input lag is the enemy of gaming. You press a button on your controller, and there is a tiny delay before the character moves on screen. Bluetooth 6 shaves that delay down to imperceptible levels. It also allows for more stable connections with your AirPods, so you can watch movies at 3 in the morning with theater-quality sound without waking up the house. This N1 chip is the unsung hero that makes the whole experience feel like magic. It ensures that the massive bandwidth required for 8K video and low-latency gaming is always available, making the box feel instantaneous in everything it does. Now, we have to address the elephant in the room, Siri. For the last decade, talking to your TV has been a painful experience. You ask for a movie, and it gives you a web search. You ask for a specific genre, and it gets confused. It has been a weak link in an otherwise great product. The delay to 2026 is almost entirely because of this. Apple is rebuilding Siri from the ground up, powered by large language models, LLMs. But here is the catch: privacy. Apple refuses to send your private conversations to the cloud to be processed. They want it all done on the device. That old A15 chip simply couldn't handle that. It would choke under the pressure. The A19 Pro has a neural engine specifically designed for this heavy lifting. Imagine the new experience. You sit down on your couch. You don't even pick up the remote. You just say, "Siri, I had a long day. Find me something funny, maybe a 90s comedy, but nothing I've seen in the last year." And it understands. It doesn't just do a keyword search. It understands context, mood, and your personal watch history. It becomes a curator. This is the Jarvis moment we have been waiting for. This feature alone is worth the wait. If you buy an Apple TV now, you're locking yourself out of this AI future. The new Siri will be able to control your entire home. You could say, "Siri, make it look like a cinema," and it will dim the smart lights, close the blinds, and turn on the soundbar, all while finding the movie you were talking about earlier in the day on your iPhone. This brings us to the most controversial leak, the camera. For years, patents have floated around showing an Apple TV with eyes. It sounds creepy at first, but in the context of 2026, it makes perfect sense. FaceTime on the TV is currently a clumsy workaround using your phone. A built-in camera or a dedicated accessory that integrates seamlessly changes the entire dynamic of the living room. But it's not just for video calls. It is for presence detection. The Apple TV could know exactly who is in the room. If you sit down, it loads your profile. If your kids sit down, it switches to restrictions mode automatically. It could even support gesture controls. Imagine pausing your music just by holding up your hand or swiping through menus in the air like a scene from a sci-fi movie. This technology exists, Apple has it, and the 2026 launch window gives them the time to perfect it so it doesn't feel like a gimmick. The camera would also be used for fitness. Apple Fitness Plus could track your form in real time during a workout, giving you corrections on your posture right on the big screen. This turns the Apple TV from an entertainment box into a personal trainer and a communication hub. Apple never launches just one thing. They launch ecosystems. The silence in 2025 also hints at a refresh for the audio side of things. The HomePod Mini is ancient in tech years and is struggling to keep up. The rumors point to a refreshed HomePod Mini launching alongside the new Apple TV. This isn't a coincidence. They're meant to work together as a wireless surround sound system and a smart home mesh network. This ensures that when you walk from your kitchen to your living room, your music and calls follow you instantly. It creates a bubble of connectivity. There's also the looming shadow of the HomePad, the rumored smart display. By pushing the Apple TV to 2026, Apple aligns the release of their screenless computer with their screen-based home hub. It creates a unified front to take down competitors like Amazon and Google. They're building a world where the hardware disappears and the experience takes over. The synergy between the new Apple TV, the A19 chip, and the updated HomePods will create an audio-visual experience that rivals expensive custom home theater setups, but at a fraction of the cost and with 10 times the intelligence. So what does this leave us with? The 2026 Apple TV 4K is shaping up to be the biggest leap in the product's history. We are looking at a device that is 50% streaming box, 30% gaming console, and 20% home automation server. It is a beast. If you're struggling with a slow, laggy smart TV right now, I know it is tempting to just buy the current model. It is a great device, but it is a device at the end of its life cycle. Buying it now is like buying an iPhone the week before the September event. You're paying full price for yesterday's technology. The frustration of the delay is real, but Apple is playing the long game. They chose to take the heat for a few months rather than release a product that wasn't ready for the future. And honestly, I respect that, because when this thing finally drops in early 2026, it isn't just going to upgrade your TV. It is going to upgrade your entire home life. My best opinion on this product is that it represents Apple's attempt to own the third screen in our lives. We have the iPhone in our pocket and the Mac on our desk, but the TV screen has always felt a bit disconnected. With the A19 chip and Apple Intelligence, the Apple TV becomes the primary computer of the household. It is not just for watching Netflix. It is for managing your life. If you can wait, you absolutely should. The leap from the current A15 to the A19 is going to be the largest performance jump we have ever seen in a media player. It is the difference between a DVD player and a supercomputer. Hold the line, keep your wallet closed, and wait for the revolution. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all things Apple.